So speaking of helping people out, you got master passive income. You're a coach.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you coach the folks that you coach, what some of the results have been. Kind of walk us through that a little bit.
So, well, the like Dustin's built an incredible how to basically. So master passive income takes you through how do you build your business first? How do you go out and you actually build a real estate business that can produce money on its own when you sleep? Well, what's the biggest problems that come with owning real estate? Tenants and toilets, right? And then the management side. Well, Dustin didn't want to do that, and neither do I. I don't have the time. I've got 3 kids. And it's like, I do not want to spend my time solving this problem. And so we teach people how to buy real estate, single family homes outside their area where they live most of the time. Like my first house I bought was in Ohio and I live in Southwestern Virginia. To that point, I had never been to Ohio in my life and I've never actually seen the house. The only reason I know that I own it besides I get a check is the fact that it was white on Google Maps, and now it's like a light blue on Google Maps because I paid to have it. So that's actually been one of the best rentals, and it was my first one. It's like nearly $500 a month in passive income, which is pretty crazy. And so we teach people how to build the business first, how to create the LLC, how to find areas of the country to invest, how to interview property managers, how to look for mortgage brokers, real estate agents, things like that to just build their contact list, so to speak. Kind of date myself when I say build that Rolodex of names, right? And so that's what we do. And it's just teaching people how to do all of that. And I really, really love that. Like I've had one guy, Gary, if you're listening to that, you're the man. But he's an older gentleman. He came to Rubicon, which is Dustin's annual real estate conference. It's awesome. By the way, the next one is April 10 through 12, I believe. I'll definitely be there. It's in St. Louis, Missouri. Come check us out. But he started purely, he didn't need to invest in real estate personally. Besides the fact that his daughter was a nurse and had a little kid, and she had to go back to work and she really didn't want to. She wanted to be a mom, like all the time, 100%, not have to go back to being a nurse. So he realized, well, I'm financially set. How do I use my position to buy real estate for me, for her, for our family, etc.? And I mean, he took that ball and he absolutely ran with that sucker. I think his first house was a duplex. And he was one of those guys that once he figured something out, I was like, "Man, I'm gonna sit back in the passenger seat and watch this thing happen." And I think he started with a duplex and then he went straight to like a 15, 20 unit apartment complex. Up like he didn't hold anything back. So he had some finances available, which is usually one of the harder parts when starting to invest to have your finances. How do you get the money for it? But he started with that. I need to actually email and ask him where he's at now because we do 6 months worth of coaching and he absolutely hit the ground running and blew what I did in 6 months out of the water. And so his success story is pretty wild to me. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's gotten a 100 unit apartment complex by now, just based on like his progression. So I don't typically teach the multifamily side, but we have another guy that is better at multifamily. So we ended up actually moving him from me from the single family side to another guy that teaches multifamily inside of the master passive income, just because it was like, look, I can try to teach you this, or I can actually send you to somebody who can teach you this. Like, this is a little bit outside of what I'm super familiar with. So I want to move you over here so that way you can get as much help as possible to succeed. So Dustin's really building that with guys who know certain aspects of real estate. Like I've owned an Airbnb, I've done midterm with the same property. And I've learned that it's a very interesting aspect. It's not necessarily my wheelhouse, so to speak. Single family home is pretty cut and dry once you figure it out. And that's kind of like my bread and butter still.